We got a lot to talk about. Hello and welcome back to the show or whatever this is. Had a lot of interesting stuff happen and develop. Did a lot of bowling last 2 months since January and up till February here. I think it's the 21st today. It's either 21st or 22nd. Or 20th. And we did a lot happened. Let's go with the obligatory highlights from this past 2 months. So as you could see, uh, we got to a good place these past 2 months. Um, it's been, I don't want to say it's been a struggle, but it's been it's been mentally tough for for me and for everything else. And it's mostly been in January up till up until about like 2 weeks ago. Um, we just kind of need a mental reset for about 2 or 3 weeks ago, just because I wasn't feeling it. Um, we then go and we got some practice in. Here's some video of that. We got some practice in, and we kind of really tooled down what we really need to figure out and to get into a really good place. Big thing is kind of, if you saw in the kind of first two spots compared to the last little bit, we brought the arm back in a little bit to kind of get it kind of underneath us a bit more, and we got some good footage out of that, and we learned a lot from that. But these past 2 weeks, man, good thing I have to re-record this, because the first time we sat down to do this, the mic didn't work, so good thing it works now. And we jumped with the new swing from good to a 202, and then last week we jumped and we got to a 218, I want to say, if I remember correctly. It was either 218 or 214, and that was our new high score until today. Today we jumped even higher than I expected. And I don't know if it's going to be a far reach to get to again in the near future, but it was a exponential jump. So from a 218 or 214 to now going up with the new high score of a 242, which I didn't expect to get at all. It wasn't difficult to do. It was just mentally getting there. It wasn't. I got it at Sunset Station, and it was just kind of a figuring out process. We needed to get to that jump, and we did. The next thing I think we need to do is get that more consistent. After that game, I scored 199 for the first time, getting close to that 200 in multiple games. So that was good to have. Last game score I think was like a 158 or something, 157. Might have been 156. But still, having two games that close to being a 200, especially being back to back, it felt really good. It felt really tight and clean. Now with 242 being the new high score, that now shatters what was the original high score, which was 221. And that just shattered that completely now. It feels good to have that now, especially knowing that 221 was such a kind of a nagging feeling in the back of my head that was like, are we doing the right things? Are we doing this for the right thing, for the right cause, to get us moving in that right direction? And it was a challenge to get to this place. I'm happy that I got it, and I think that kind of clears out the mind of saying, hey, you don't have to worry about that old score. You don't have to worry about if you're doing the right things, if that old swing was the right call or not. We got that idea, that old feeling of am I doing the right things for the right cause? We got that so far gone out of place that we are in a better mindset, I think. So going forward, we're going to get better. We're going to get to that place where I think we can be, maybe get a 300. It's so far out from now, but we're getting the steps going in the right place to achieve that new goal. And it was good. We saw the new trackballs that were coming out, the stealth mode in the synthesis, I think is what it's called again. I'm just calling it the Syn, because it's easier to say. The synthesis, I think, is a weird name, but I'm not naming balls. But that's going to be the newest ball that comes into play, and we're getting that from our good stewardess or whatever. I guess pro shop aficionado, like a wine connoisseur of sorts, from Todd in 40 boards. So we're getting that new ball coming, and we're gonna hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully that kind of takes us up to that next level. And it's also going to be different because we're now because all my bowling balls were 14s, we're now stepping up and we're now bowling with 15s coming up, which is, I'm a little apprehensive about jumping from 14 to 15. And it's not the fact of I've liked 14s for so long. It's the fact that I'm worried that now I have to be a little bit more aggressive with it with a 15 than I was with a 14, and that means I'm going to have to put in more. I don't want to say more effort, because that's not the right phrase to use. But I'm worried that there's more chance of something bad happening, I feel, with a 15. But I'm going to trust the process, because if we're not moving forward, and we're staying stagnant, then it's not going to be anything to kind of get us going. If we get to that stagnant point, it's just going to be a hugabloo. So we're going to trust the process. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to get, hopefully this 15 just boosts up us even more. Yeah, I think going up to 15 pounds is going to be, it's going to be a learning curve a little bit, because I'm so used to throwing 14s. But I think we'll get to that point. So that's really much it. Hopefully within the next few months we get We get the new ball. We have a solid foundation on a 15, and then we go and just get ready and just work hard to get to that tournament in December, because that's my big thing. Also, trying to get into a league during the summer here, that'd be great. But the main goal right now, the next milestone, is that tournament in December. That's really what I want to hunker down on, is that December tournament. And then when that happens, then the rest of the floodgates will go through. I want to thank you all for watching again, and I hope to see you in 2 months again when we get this new 15-pounder running and gutting. So, talk to you soon.